The Quest 3 is the brand new headset from Meta that absolutely takes VR to the next level. So we are gonna be talking about the 7 reasons why you should get the Meta Quest 3. Starting off directly with number 1 being the all-new redesign, because you can directly notice that it shares the same DNA as the previous Quest 2. But if you take a deeper look, the two headsets have some massive differences. First and foremost, the overall visor is 40% slimmer, which was achieved partially due to its new pancake optics. And while we will go in more detail about this later, it is basically the feature that they took from their Quest Pro lineup. And although the overall weight of the headsets is practically identical, it is thanks to its slimmer design that it will feel a lot less front heavy on your face. But in addition, the biggest change that you probably have noticed are the brand new cameras on the front of the headset. Now this array is an absolute insane upgrade compared to its predecessor, because they include some high quality cameras that will now unlock the possibility to view the outside world in full color. That means that the low resolution black and white view is finally a thing of the past. And on top of that, they also included a depth sensor, which should allow for a more accurate representation of the area around you. But Meta didn't stop there, since the original Quest 2 users often complained about the annoying head strap that directly came with the headset. So they made the choice to upgrade it with the Quest 3. So now the top strap is actually inside a Y shape rather than a straight line directly going back. But besides these big improvements about the design, there are also some big changes regarding the hardware itself, getting us directly to reason 2, which is the upgraded displays. Now while its details are still under wraps, Meta did confirm that it will rock a much better display with nearly a 30% leap in resolution from the Quest 2. But that's not all. Its new pancake lenses that we mentioned before will also allow for a much clearer image inside your VR headset, making it a huge upgrade that is definitely worth it. And for those hardcore fans out there, these lenses will also bring back a new feature that is yet small but has a significant impact. And that is none other than the IPD adjustment wheel. And although this was already present in the original Quest headset, they sadly took it out with the Quest 2. But thanks to popular demand, they brought it back so that the users can actually change the distance between their eyes much more precisely, with the effect that you will have a much clearer image because you will always be directly inside that sweet spot. And of course, also helping the people out that didn't fit inside the categories that the original Quest 2 had to offer. But we have to keep in mind that it is not only the headset that is important, because the third reason why you should get a Quest 3 is because of its brand new controllers, since these also got a complete new redesign that once again took notes from its Quest Pro lineup, with the biggest change that they completely took out its original tracking rings. Not only does this make the controller look a lot more sleek, it also prevents you from smashing them into each other, either breaking them or damaging whatever you were hitting in the first place. But another feature that comes with it that not enough people give credit to is its all-new True Touch haptics. This is an upgraded version that creates rumbles to let you feel and experience virtual reality. But why it is so important is because it can create so much more immersion when you're playing a VR game. And hopefully, they bring it up to the level as we see in the PlayStation VR 2 controllers, where you can even feel small details like pulling a bowstring or the cracking of an object. But sadly, the Quest 3 controllers still rely on disposable batteries, so we sadly still won't get USB-C charging for the next couple of years. But the biggest reason why you should get a Quest 3 headset is because of its huge performance boost, since Meta is going all out with their brand new chipset. This is all thanks to Qualcomm, who for the past years have been producing their chips for the Quest headsets, as well as its Pro lineup. But it turns out that for the upcoming Quest 3, they made a brand new chip from the ground up, but according to benchmarks, up to 2 times more performance than that of the Quest 2. And this can of course be a game changer when it comes to virtual reality experiences. Just imagine all the crazy worlds that VR developers could create with this much more power to it. But just like before, it is also still possible to play PC VR games on your Quest 2. But of course, with this big power increase also comes the concern of the huge energy drain behind it, which gets us directly to reason 5, which is none other than the battery life. Currently, the original Quest 2 headset was rated 2 to 3 hours of usage on a single charge, and Meta has confirmed that they will not be upgrading this battery life on their new Quest 3 headset. But that actually isn't bad news, because keep in mind it's higher resolution and 2 times more performance power that is pushed out without suffering in the battery life department. But in the end, it is still highly recommended to get one of those external batteries if you want to use it for longer gaming sessions. And before we get to the most important reasons why you should get a Quest 3, we first have a quick word from the company that made this video possible. If you feel like your screen in VR is too blurry, or if you sometimes wish that your graphics look just a bit sharper, then you might want to check out the lenses from the company named VR Wave, especially if you're also wearing glasses or contacts in real life, because they make lenses for VR headsets like the Quest 2 that you can just click in and directly start using, taking your VR experience quickly to the next level. They even make them for the new and upcoming headsets like the Quest 3 and the PlayStation VR 2. And you can use the code VRelity for a 5% discount on your total purchase. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link for you guys in the description below. And with that said, let's get right back into it. Because the sixth reason is none other than its VR games. Probably the most important and greatest news about getting the Quest 3 is that it is going to be backwards compatible with the entire Quest 2 game library. This means that you can play all the 500 plus Quest 2 games at launch directly on your headset, even including the new ones that are announced during their gaming showcase. And although we didn't get any Quest 3 exclusive just yet, there are already some games that are being made right now that will work on both headsets but will run much better on their newer hardware. And eventually, Meta will also make VR games specifically made for the Quest 3 alone, with a lot of new titles who are focused on our 7th reason to get a Quest 3, and that is its new feature named Mixed Reality. This is where Meta is going all in on their new VR headset, because thanks to its color pass-through and depth sensor, they can create mixed reality experiences where you can see the outside world, but where it is overlaid with virtual objects. Of course, you might have seen similar concepts right now from headsets like the Apple Vision Pro, who are also betting very high on their MR experiences. And this is exactly what the Quest 2 is not capable of. So all the experiences that are created specifically for this might turn out to be Quest 3 exclusives anyways. And on top of that, it is not meant for gaming alone, since their other focus could also be on productivity, like typing, sending emails, or even just watching videos and movies, while still being capable of seeing the space around you. But that gets us to the final conclusion. We can clearly say that the Meta Quest 3 is a big upgrade from its predecessor on nearly every single level. And I truly believe that this is a huge update for both their virtual reality as well as their new mixed reality experiences. Not only making it very future-proof, but also taking notes from their own Quest Pro lineup, as well as the console PlayStation VR 2 and even the upcoming Apple Vision Pro, making it a VR headset that is like no other. But if you are still on the fence about it, I also made a video about a couple of reasons you might want to keep in mind before getting the Quest 3. So make sure you don't miss it by clicking on the video you see on screen right now.